what's up, Turkey Leg Virgin Gang? Hope you're doing well. I'm doing pretty good. Today, on stuff I got recently in the mail, it's going to be this nice little set right here. Yes, I know it's PSA slabs, boo. Hey, got it from someone on Instagram supporting a friend. It was a good price. And look, it's the Poliwag line. You got Poliwag, Poliwhirl, Poliwrath. They're from the red and green gift set in Japan from Yuki Kawamura. I mean, it's just a great art. It's great art right there, too. You don't really see stuff like this anymore. And look, right here, of course, I had to get it. I'm a big old Poliwag fan. Love Poliwag, good little bit. Have the little Battle Blaster set right here. Dude, had to get it. Once again, cop this over from Pokey Yazzie over on Instagram. I've shouted her out before. She's a really good friend. She's someone who always sells stuff for really good prices. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Always a pleasure. Hope you're having a great Thanksgiving. And hey, hope everyone's having a great Thanksgiving. Hope you're doing some shopping online, Cyber Monday, Black Friday. Hope you're getting some good food. Hope you're actually hanging out with friends. Hope you're getting some time off. And I apologize for being a little lack on the videos. I've been really busy, ridiculously busy as a matter of fact. I do appreciate y'all hanging out. Just enjoy your time, do what you can, and you just hanging out here is more than enough for me. Thank you so much. Let's talk about something. Speaking of Instagram, that's floating around on there. This person right here, individually, probably needs to address this. They probably need to bring this up ASAP to save what reputation they still have, because this looks bad. This looks really bad. This looks extremely bad. Talking about Charizard King24. So my limited experience with this person, I made a video very beginning of the year, one of my better videos, by the way. I was talking about people who were charging for Pokemon advice in the community, right? $75 an hour. I said, don't do that. You could probably Google the advice. You're not really getting anything of value from anybody, and don't pay people for fucking advice on Pokemon cards, right? That's all I said. Charizard King, and of course people in that same little group didn't like that I said that stuff, went on a whole thing about me and basically started posting stuff in their stories. And hey, more power to them. I was criticizing what they were doing. They're welcome to criticize me, okay? You put up all this stuff, said I had like OnlyFans allowance, I was a clown, all this stuff, showing it to all his followers, right? Hey, no big deal, whatever, cool. Hop in his DMs because I saw it. I was like, hey, let's rumble. Just something cheesy, right? I just wanted to talk. Just was going to be like, hey, man, more power to you. You can say what you want. You do you. But no, he blocked me. He had the softest of cocks, and he could not handle what he was dishing out. Big ol' shame, big ol' wuss. Whatever, I really wasn't too surprised, and I'm really not too shocked to see this either. So this homie right here also does consignment. What that basically means is he's going to advertise and sell your item, and he's going to use his platform to do it, going to keep a small percentage of that usually, and he advertises typically 5%. Now, the story here is PokeXBaller over here on Instagram had a Lugia card that he was trying to sell, and Charizard King was like, yeah, I'll sell this stuff for you. It sold for apparently $5,000, and he kept 5% of that. So of that, it would be $250 that Charizard King would keep, and $4,750 would go over to PokeXBaller, and as you can see right here, that's what happened. So assumed right, a $5,000 sale happened. Well, unfortunately, some messages started popping up, and it kind of drove a little thing in that where it kind of needs to be questioned a little bit. So this is from the Godly Shad over on Instagram as well. Now, bear with me, right? Did SW Lugia sell for more than 5K? Just feel this is either undervalued or SW is overvalued. Its pop is 19 now. So trying to understand where the 5K valuation is coming from. I'd love to own one, just don't want to buy one and then it auctions for 2K. Sure, just talking about it, right? Goodbye. Here's the weird part right here. For way over 5K, way over 5K is what this SW Lugia sold for. Okay? It sold for more than that. That's really weird because based off of this, based off the payment that went their way, $4,750, and at the 5% commission rate that he was going to keep for the consignment fee, that comes to $250. That adds up to $5,000 per what they're saying, right? Way more than $5,000, in which case, Pokeballer puts this up. Charizard King, Murph, claimed to have sold my Lugia for $5,000. He sent me $4,750. The next story proves he takes more than his 5% commission. He sold Lugia for $6,000.
What's up, everybody? For those still confused about the situation I've been posting about, I reached out to Charizard King, Murph, and to sell a Lugia PSA 10, the Secret Wonders Hollow, and he advertises on his story all the time, 5% commission. So after a few days of advertising it, he posts a story saying pending. So I reply to that saying, what's the deal? And he says trying to get you 5K net. And then the next story, 5 minutes later, he posts sold, right? And I reply to that, and he says buyer made a down payment and that the rest should clear Monday. Monday comes around, he sends me $4,750, and come to find out, he actually sold the card for $6,000, You could see in my previous story, he said way over 5K. So it could even be more than that. Who knows? And sent me 4,700. So yeah, sold it for 6,000, maybe more. I net 4,750. Obviously, a lot more than 5% as he advertised. I'm sure he's done this to countless people. And the way that he gets you, he'll give you a range. He'll be like, what do you want for it, right? And in full transparency, I did say my bare minimum, right, would be 4,500.
I have not seen where this is sold for $6,000. I do, however, see, once again, right here, that it is sold for way over $5,000. Okay, cool. Whatever. Maybe there's a little bit more to this stuff, right? Right here, we got Charizard King right here. Hey, can you help a brother out with what? This Lugia. Yeah, for sure. I charge a mere 5% fee to consign. So this is you, right? This is not your shadow clone. This is not your doppelganger. This isn't someone fucking assuming your life or anything, right? I charge a mere 5%, and there's a Lugia card right there. So I'm assuming this is what that is, right? That's 5%. That's you, okay? The previous stuff adds up to that, right? Okay, cool. This is Godly Shad. Always two sides of the story. If Zard King promised 5% on the sales price, and it did in fact sell for more than 5K, then yes, he did manipulate the deal. I'm just giving what I've seen. I've had a similar experience with Charizard King24 where I found a card for him for 3.5. He told the person looking for it that he bought it for 4.5 and wanted a commission on top of that. Again, manipulating the deal so he can score a huge spread. He's a businessman, and I get he's trying to maximize gains, but that's pushing it a little in my opinion. Yes, that is pushing it a little in my opinion. If you said right here, 5% is your limit, that's what you should probably fucking be doing. Otherwise, you're going to tarnish your reputation. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay? 5%. If it's sold for more, then homie should get more. Yes, you should get a little bit more too, but that 5% should be locked in if that's what you told him. If you didn't tell him something different, then you need to provide that, man. Because how this looks right now looks really shitty. Looks really shady. I wouldn't want to do any business with you. I didn't want to do business with you anyway, but I'm definitely glad you're not holding any of my cards, because there's no fucking way you'd be doing this and like getting away with that stuff if it was anybody else. All right, cool, whatever. Right here, Rattle put out a video, and I saw this on there too, and this is, I'm assuming him DMing Charizard King. I would love to DM Charizard King, but I'm blocked for literally saying let's rumble. But yeah, sure, whatever. So he asked him about that stuff, right? He provides a little bit of a link. Guy was okay with taking 4.5 bottom. He got paid more than his bottom price. We got 5K for it, and then he threw a tantrum. Even if it sold for 20K, he was okay with 4.5. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. He got paid. Did you tell him you would be taking 5%? Yup. My fees range 5 to 15% depending on the item. He was happy with netting 4.5K. He got more. So he's saying he agreed to 5%. Do you have the part of the DM where you told him it would be 5 to 15%? I'm assuming this is Rattle talking to him. I'm not going to keep entertaining this tantrum. If he got paid 0, then that would be understandable. I'm traveling for the holiday. Don't have time for this. Bye. Like, yeah, the second they want proof for you actually saying that this whole percentage thing would be happening, that's where the whole conversation starts. That looks shady. That looks shitty on your part, and quite frankly, it's not going to look very good for your reputation. I don't personally care what you do, and if people want to give you money, that's fine. But if you're going to do shit like that, no. No, don't give this person any money. What you need to do at this point is, because right there, this part alarms me too. Even if it sold for 20K, he was okay with 4.5K. Well, no, big man, that's not how that works. That's over 75% of it going your way. And what did you say your fee was? What did you say that was again? Let's count on it like we're a fucking child, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? That's 5%. Yeah, that doesn't get to move around just because you feel like it's okay. If you talked about a flat amount that you were going to give him regardless of how much it sold, you need to provide that. But you saying 5% and then you telling someone else you sold it for way more than 5K when you gave him the correct amount for what would have sold it for 5K, and that's what percentage you gave him, and it looks like that's how it worked out. Dude, what the fuck? You don't get to move percentages around just because you feel like you earned a little bit more. But then again, you did defend people just charging for basic ass advice. So maybe that's what it is. Hey, Pokédex Baller, maybe he was charging you for, like, it was an hourly rate. It was $75 an hour on top of that too. Plus meals had to be covered. I mean, he had to maybe go out of the state. Maybe he had to do a bunch of other stuff too, right? And that's all just deductibles right there too. That's all just little things, little perks of you going with his consignment right there. Dude, you need to address this because that 20K thing is bullshit. You said 5% right here. That's once again you, okay? You can provide proof that this is not you, okay? Just fucking do something. Address this whole thing. Because right now, you look like a jackass, okay? I don't even care what you do. You look like a fucking tool on Thanksgiving. That's the worst time to look like a tool. That's all I got. Appreciate it, virgins. I'd stay away from this dude, personally, until he addresses this, until he fixes this whole thing, which he 100% has to. He 100% has to address what he said right here. There's two fucking contradicting things. There's two big things that don't fucking make any sense. And then the story's just not making sense. The whole story's not lining up with that stuff too. Yeah, 5% here. Here's the $5,000. Oh, I sold it for way more than $5,000. Bro, I wouldn't trust you with my cards. And you shouldn't trust him with your cards either until he fixes his stuff. Hey, ball's in your court, big dog. I bet you have time for it now. See you later, virgins. Have a happy Thanksgiving later. It's always money, I swear, man. Always fucking money.